Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and a very good evening, everyone. I am delighted to welcome all of you to today's forum on an important topic, making physical education an essential subject in SPM for a fitter future Malaysian generation. My name is Najibullah bin Romainor, and I have the honor to be your moderator for this session. As we are all aware, physical education PE plays a crucial role in promoting health, fitness, and overall well-being. Yet, with today's modern lifestyle, the importance of staying active has never been more critical. In our rapidly evolving world, many countries are emphasizing the need to integrate physical fitness into the national education systems, and Malaysia is no exception. This forum brings together a diverse panels of educators, policymakers, health experts, and fitness enthusiasts to discuss and debate the benefits of making physical education a core subject in the Malaysian Sijil Pelajaran Malaysia SPM curriculum. Together, we'll explore how this move can foster not only a healthier population but also contribute to improved academic performance, mental well-being, and national productivity. We look forward to hearing from our expert panel and, of course, from you, the audience, on your thoughts and insights. First and foremost, I would like to introduce our respected Director General of Education Malaysia, Minister of Education Malaysia, Mr. Daniel Fikri bin Samsudin. Next with us, we have our visionary and honored Director, General National Youth and Sport, Ministry of Youth and Sport, YB Muhammad Irfan bin Ahmad. Waiting on the line is Dr. Nursyah Ziha Afiza binti Nazri, our Director General of Health, Ministry of Health Malaysia, Mr. Ahmad Firdaus bin Muhammad, representative for a physical education teacher from Maktab Rendah Sains Mara, MRSM Sungai Besar. Together with him, we have Hidayatul Najihah binti Zaidi, a Form 4 student from MRSM Sungai Besar as well. Thank you for being here today. Let's begin this important conversation with the very first speaker. First question I would like to point is to Director General of Education, Mr. Daniel. Policy of one student, one sport, 1S, has been around since the year of 2011. To achieve such policy, it comes to mind why physical and health education, PJK, has lesser time than other subjects.
Thank you, Mr. Najibullah, for the questions. So to start, I will brief the terms of the 1S policy. So the one student, one sport policy is introduced in 2011 by the Ministry of Education, and it was designed to ensure every student participates in at least one sport. So this policy encourages physical fitness, builds teamwork and resilience, and align with Malaysia's broader educational goals of nurturing well-rounded, healthy students. Since its inception, we have seen positive outcomes, including increased student participation in sports and a measurable impact on health. For instance, here are the statistics. By 2017, 85% of students report engaging in at least one sport, a major increase from pre-policy participation levels. And another one, a 2019 study by the Institute for Public Health reported a 5% reduction in obesity rates among school children. So it is a promising step in promoting healthier lifestyles. However, the challenges remains, and one question that often arises is the time allocation for physical and health education, PJPK. So currently, PJPK is allocated relatively low compared to core academic subjects such as chemistry, maths, and bahasa. So this prioritization is largely due to the structure of our examination-based education system. And also these subjects that take precedence in preparing students for assessments such as the SPM. So in order to make improvements and to support the 1S policy further, the MOE could consider increasing PJPK hours, especially in primary schools, to promote early interest in physical activity. Alternatively, schools could be encouraged to integrate active breaks or short physical exercises throughout the school day. So that's all my opinion.
Right. Thank you for sharing such a well thought out perspective. Your insight really add depth to the conversation. Next question I would like to ask is for our Director of General Youth and Sport, YB Muhammad Irfan bin Ahmad. So, is policy implemented by MOE in line with the policy of Ministry of Youth and Sport? Are we seeing the result of such policy today?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Najibullah, for this important question. Okay, absolutely. The one student, one sport policy aligns seamlessly with the objective of the Ministry of Youth and Sports. From the outset, we work closely with the Ministry of Education to ensure that this policy will create a solid foundation for sports participation and physical education in schools, which is a key priority for both ministries. Okay, first is the promotion of physical activity. The one student, one sport policy ensures that every student engage in at least one sport, which is directly in line with our ministry's goal of encouraging an active, healthy lifestyle for youth. We see this as an essential first step in our broader sports development program. Next is the talent identification and nurturing. By mandating that every student participates in sports, we have created a platform to discover young athletic talents across the country. So the Ministry of Youth and Sports has been able to tap into this pool of talent, providing pathways for students to progress from school sports to regional, national, and even international competitions. The third is collaboration on sports infrastructure. So we have worked hand in hand with the Ministry of Education to improve sports facilities in schools, making sure that students have access to a wide variety of sports. This is critical for fostering a sporting culture from a young age, and it supports the Ministry of Youth and Sports' long-term goal of making sports accessible to all. So to answer the second question about the result, we are already seeing tangible outcomes from this policy, and the results are very encouraging. First is increased youth participation. One of the most visible impacts has been the surge in youth participation in sports. Schools are now hubs of sporting activity, and these help us achieve our ministry's goal of ensuring that sports are a key part of young people's daily life. The increase in participation levels is a positive step toward creating a healthy and active generation. Next is emerging athletic talent. Thanks to the policy, we are identifying and nurturing talented athletes at an earlier stage. We have seen many success stories where students discovered through one student, one sport are now representing their states or even the country in national and international competitions. This is a direct result of the policy's focus on inclusivity and broad participation. Lastly is health and well-being of youth. The benefits of the policy are not just confined to athletic performance. By encouraging regular participation in sports, we are seeing improvements in the overall physical and mental health of our youth. Students are more engaged, disciplined, and healthier, which directly contributes to the well-being of future generations, a core focus of both ministries. So, in conclusion, one student, one sport is a key component of our shared vision for youth empowerment and sports development. And the results we are seeing today confirm that we are on the right path. Both ministries are committed to building on this foundation to create a brighter future of our young people. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. I appreciate how detailed your insight is. It really brings a new level of clarity to the topic. It would be better if we could confirm such claims from our Ministry of Education and Ministry of Youth and Sport from the direct source. Let us, our physical education teacher representative, Mr. Ahmad Firdaus bin Muhammad. Okay, as we have been briefed by MOE, has MOE allocated sufficient funds into making their policy a success? Do share from your own experience.
Thank you, Mr. Najibullah, as for the data today. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. For me, as a PJPK teacher, I'm well aware that the concept of reporting cabinet, co-curricular activities are essential for all students in every school level. Therefore, our students are required to participate in the co-curricular. because its activities seek to seed, nurture, and instill a sense of belonging in a multiracial society, in addition to being able to inculcate noble values. Referring to the circular letter at the level of high school, allocation of time for student involvement in extracurricular activities between 120 minutes to 180 minutes a week. The time allocation includes student involvement in association, clubs, games, sport, and team activities uniform accompanied. In my experience, the adequacy of funding for PGPK can be assessed based on whether the budget meets the needs of facilities, equipment, teacher training, and curriculum development. I think the MOE should re-evaluate the budget given to all schools for the development of the PGPK subject. This is because not all schools in Malaysia have the same facilities and sport equipment. For example, my school is equipped with a football field, but the ground is uneven and has holes. This can cause injuries to students while playing on the field. Therefore, the quality and training of students does not go well. And sometimes during school sports events such as the school sports championships, like a lack of manpower also affects the sports activity at my school. For example, only the PGPK teachers has the skills to mark out the field, and there is a shortage of teacher to manage the sports activity in the afternoon. As a result, the scores for co-curriculars activities PAGSK, we call it PAGSK at the school, are not accurate and do not align with the certificates awards to students. And in addition, at my school, the teachers who teach academic subject in the classroom are also coaches in sports, clubs, and uniform bodies. A physical education and health PJPK teacher must have various courses and skill in coaching, which is not the case for teachers of other subjects. Therefore, there are very limited courses and training provided to teachers of other subjects to teach and become professional coaches for students. This situation affects the development of co-curricular activity at the school. And in conclusion, adequate funding should ensure that sport and physical education facilities are well maintained, updated, and equipped to support a variety of physical activities and sports. Insufficient funding in this area can lead to inadequate or outdated facilities, which may hinder the overall effectiveness of the PJPK program. Well-funded programs will have access to high-quality equipment that enhances the learning experience and ensures that students can participate in activities safely and effectively. That's all from my explanation. Thank you, Mr. Najibullah.
All right, you're welcome. That's an incredible, uh, comprehensive take. Thank you for breaking it down so clearly. So, our parents are the most lovable people on earth. They wanted only the best for us. Okay, so, I would like to ask the next question to our student representative, to Hidayatul. So, do you enjoy your life in school? Has any of your parents, mom or dad, asked about your PJPK grade? Is it true that PJPK classes are usually used for the subjects?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Najibullah, for the question. Honestly, I love school for many reasons, okay? Like learning new things and spending time with friends. But let's be real, balancing studies with a healthy lifestyle can be tough. We often forget that our physical well-being is just as important as our academic success. PGPK classes are the only time we get to break away from the textbooks. But sadly, not all of us take it seriously. So, for the second question, my mom and dad ask about my grades all the time, but never once they ask about my PJPK grade. To be honest, I don't think they even know it's graded. They are more focused on my science or math grades because that's what they think is most important for my future. But in reality, physical fitness is something that will affect us for life, much more than a lot of academic subjects. So for the next question, unfortunately, yes. I have seen PJPK periods being replaced with extra classes for subjects like math or science, especially when exams are near. It shows that PJPK is not as important, which is a big problem. PJPK should be given the same level of importance as other subjects because it plays a role in shaping our overall well-being. As a student, my friend and I often feel that PJPK isn't given enough importance. We have limited outdoor time for physical activities, and often the sports equipment is incomplete or outdated. This makes it hard for us to truly enjoy and engage in these activities. Additionally, the overwhelming focus on academic subjects creates stress for many of us. We are constantly pushed to excel in exams, but without sufficient physical activity, we have no chance to release the stress, which negatively impacts our mental health. As from my reading, the research conducted by Abashiri found that academic activities such as exams, too many assignments, self-will to achieve the best result, and implementing class projects are the main causes of mental health disorders among students. So, this imbalance between academics and physical activity increases our anxiety and make us burn out. We become more anxious, stressed, and even less focused, which only makes things worse in the classroom. Moreover, the obesity among us also rises, which is linked to insufficient physical activities. This fact, supported by Cambodia and Shin, stated that Malaysia is one of the countries in the Asia Pacific increase in overweight and obesity. In conclusion, by making PGPK an essential subject in SPM, I hope schools will take it more seriously. More time for activities and better equipment would encourage students to be more active and healthier both mentally and physically. That's all from me. Thank you.
You're welcome, Najihal. Your perspective is really valuable. You have highlighted some important points that I even thought of. So, students' health issues have been at an alarming state these days. Either it involves physical or mental. So, Dr. Afiza, what is the recommended time needed for students to exercise? How to achieve such a healthy and balanced routine between studying and sport?
Okay, thank you for the question, Mr. Najibullah. Indeed, students' health, both physical and mental, has become a growing concern, especially in today's fast-paced and high-pressure academic environment. We are actually seeing more students experiencing health issues related to stress, anxiety, and sedentary lifestyles, which ultimately impact their overall well-being. As a healthcare professionals, it is crucial that we address these concerns and offer practical solutions to ensure our youths lead healthy and balanced lives. So the current recommendation for students for physical activity is at least 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous activity each day. This doesn't have to be an intensive workout at the gym, but just a simple activities like cycling, walking briskly, playing sports, or even dancing can count towards this goal. The key is consistency and ensuring that they get up and move regularly throughout the day. So, in addition to cardiovascular exercise, it is also important for students to engage in muscle strengthening activities a few times a week, which can include things like body weight exercise or light resistance training. So this combination of activities supports both physical fitness and mental clarity. However, physical activity or sport is often overlooked and placed at the bottom of the educational agenda, resulting in significant academic pressure that faced by the students who lack time of exercise. So these misconceptions and neglect of physical activity have led to increasing the prominence of sub-health issues among the students. However, is this perception accurate? No. It is because the effect of exercise on mental health has been proven in depression, anxiety, stress, sleep, and psychological well-being. So regardless of whether they are diagnosed with depression, physical activity actually lowers the risk of depressions. It also reduces the symptoms of anxiety regardless of whether the episode of acute or chronic. And then it's also improve in sleep quality after exercise can be attributed to reduce the length of time it takes to go to sleep, reduce the awakening, increase the deep sleep, and reduce the daytime sleepness. Moreover, improvement in cognitive function, memory, concentration, and learning ability were also demonstrated. So, in my opinion, to achieve a healthy balance between studying and sports, students should create a structured schedule that dedicates the time for both, uh, prioritize the tasks, and set specific goals to ensure to include the breaks for physical activity. And then, don't forget to set specific study goals and use techniques like time blocking or the Pomodoro method to maximize the focus. Then celebrate the progress and accomplishment along the way to stay motivated. Moreover, effective time management also important. Students should use time efficiently by breaking down the tasks into smaller, manageable portions. So my suggestion is that students should try methods like Pomodoro technique where 25 minutes of focused work followed by 5-minute breaks to enhance the productivity and focus. In addition, don't forget to be flexible. Students have to be prepared to adapt your schedule and prioritize as needed to accommodate unexpected events or changes. Flexibility is the key to maintain the balance and effectively managing stress. And also, don't forget to prioritize rest and nutrition as they are crucial for the performance in both areas by maintaining a balanced diet and drinking plenty of water to fuel both your mind and body. Last but not least, students also emphasize the sleep hygiene. Try to aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality of sleep to support recovery and cognitive function. And then create a calming bedtime routine that includes activities like reading or gentle stretching. Make sure your sleep environment is comfortable by reducing noise and light. Limit screen time at least an hour before bed to improve the sleep quality. And student, remember, good sleep hygiene not only enhance focus and memory, but also supports the physical performance, making it essential for both study and sport to complement each other for, for a fulfilling and successful life. That's all from me. Thank you.
You're most welcome, Doctor. Your insight and suggestions are incredibly thoughtful and adds a lot of depth. Thank you for sharing it with us. Okay, from sharing done from our panelists, so I would like to ask back to our Ministry of Education, okay, Mr. Daniel, okay, is there any possibility for MOE to update or even to do amendment on the upcoming Malaysian education blueprint?
Thank you, Mr. Najibullah, for the
You're welcome.
questions. All right. So you can hear that all panelists emphasize the critical role of physical education, that in promoting not just physical health, but mental well-being and also holistic development among the students. So indeed, we are from the MOE is very committed to ensure that our education policies, including the Malaysian Education Blueprint, MEB, remain dynamic and also responsive to the evolving needs for our students. As we look toward the next phases of the blueprint, there is certainly a possibility to further emphasize physical education and co-curricular activities within the Malaysian Education Blueprint. So this could include initiatives like, for the first one, increase allocated time for physical education and health education. So currently the time allocations for PGPK are very limited, right? So based on recommendations from education and health experts, we could review the weekly hours for physical education, especially in primary and also lower secondary levels, to ensure that students receive enough time for physical activities. And this increase could directly support the 1S, 1S policy and strengthen students' health and fitness from a young age. Secondly, as highlighted by our PJPK teacher, Mr. Firdaus, ensuring that schools, particularly those in rural areas, have access to proper sports facilities and updated equipment is crucial. So the MOE could consider increased funding allocation for these needs in future blueprint revisions. Okay, so the third one is the blueprint could be updated to include a more structured curriculum that address to mental health alongside physical education, perhaps through specific modules or integrated lessons. Given the rising concerns over students' mental health, these adjustments could ensure students have dedicated time to learn stress and also management, build resilience and understand the importance for both mental and physical well-being. And the idea for making physical education a core subject in SPM has been an ongoing discussion actually. So as seen in our panel today, elevating physical education to core subject status could shift perceptions among parents and students, highlighting its importance. So this could encourage greater student engagement, potentially improving not just physical health, but also academic and social outcomes. So in conclusion, as we move forward, the MOE remains open to revise and update the Malaysian Education Blueprint to address all these critical areas. So the feedback and research from the practitioners, such as the findings shared today. So these are invaluable in helping us craft the policies that will promote a healthier, more balanced, and resilient future generation. Our collective aim is not just academic excellence, but the holistic well-being of every student in Malaysia. So that's all from me. Thank you.
You're welcome, Mr. Daniel, once again. Okay, so distinguished guests, esteemed panelists, and dedicated audiences, as we reach the close of today's forum, I'd like to take a moment to reflect on the crucial discussions that we had and the purpose that has brought us all together. We have gathered here because we recognize that physical education holds the potential to transform not only individual lives, but the future for our nation. Making physical education is an essential subject in the SPM. As an essential subject in SPM, is more than just a policy goal. It is a call to prioritize health, resilience, and well-being as fundamental pillars for Malaysia's youth. Today, we have heard invaluable insights on the academic, social, and physical benefits of integrating physical education into our national curriculum. We have explored how it can be foster discipline, build confidence, reduce stress, and promote a culture of fitness and health from an early age. As we move forward, let us turn these conversations into concrete actions. Let us continue to advocate, collaborate, and push for physical education as a vital part of the SPM, ensuring that our future generations are not only academically equipped, but also physically fit and mentally resilient. I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to our esteemed panelists, organizers, and each of you who joined us today. Your passion and dedication are what will fuel the changes we hope to see. Together, let's work toward a fitter, healthier future for every Malaysian child. Thank you for your presence, your participation, and your commitment to this cause. Let's go forward with a shared vision and a commitment to make physical education a core part of the journey for every young Malaysian. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.